Hey guys, I am making a response video to at the Deconstructies video um, that is playing right now.
You're only an atheist because you enjoy living a life of sin.
The first argument he said is, well, he didn't say this, but he's acting like Christians say this all the time. But if you are a Christian and you say this, you gotta stop saying it, dude. The argument is you're only atheist because you enjoy living a life of sin. Now, some atheists may be like that. But as Christians, we have to stop using this argument because not all atheists say or think this. In fact, most just aren't convinced he exists at all.
If I wanted to live a life of sin, I'd just be a Christian. I'm sorry, what? If being sinful was a passion of mine, it would make the most sense for me to be a Christian. I could do whatever I want and then just ask for forgiveness in the end. That's not how being a Christian works. Okay, how does it work? You can't just ask to be forgiven all the time if you don't actually mean it. Okay, then I would make sure I meant it. Okay, but if you're gonna keep being sinful, but I thought everyone was a sinner. Well, yeah, we all fall short, but... So then if I enjoyed being a sinner, it would make the most sense for me to be a Christian, because Jesus sacrificed himself for my salvation.
Come on now. If you wanted to live a life of sin, you would just be Christian? That shows a complete lack of understanding. Why? Because the Bible is against that. We can't just do whatever we want and then ask for forgiveness. This is incredibly flawed thinking and is in fact debunked by the following scriptures. Now, I don't have time to read these to you, but I'm gonna read the references and then you guys can read them yourselves. This is Matthew 22:37 through 40, Matthew 5:1 through 48, John 14:13, Matthew 7:15 through 20, Revelations 3:16, John 8:11, Hebrews 10:26, and many others. There is a major difference in all being sinners and sinning whenever you want. You don't really love or put your faith in Jesus if you are continuing to willfully sin. Sin, everybody sins. Everybody's going to fall. But really think about it. You might slip. Really think about it. Act like you have a friend and they hate cursing. They find it derogatory. They find it nasty and filthy. And you're around them, right? And you curse a lot. There's a difference between just continuing on being a sailor mouth around them, even though they really don't like it, which is very disrespectful, and accidentally saying it here and there. There's a huge difference. In the same way, doing the same thing to Jesus, yeah, you're going to fall. You're going to make mistakes. It happens. But if you continue to do it, just like willy-nilly, you don't really care, you're being highly disrespectful, and you're showing a lack of love and a lack of respect for the person, for Jesus Christ, rather than accidentally doing it, asking for forgiveness, repenting, which means a change of mind, and actually following Jesus. You see, Jesus said, if ye love me, keep my commandments. In Ephesians 2:10, we are told that we are supposed to be Christ's workmanship unto good deeds. Now, this creator is right. Jesus did make the sacrifice for our sins, but the belief in his work should and will make us love him so much that we will keep his commands and we will be made new.
Well, not your salvation because you don't believe in him. Right, because I'm an atheist and I don't participate in the whole sin construct. That's a Christian thing. Being an atheist doesn't mean that you don't sin. I mean, as a Christian, you're free to consider the things I do a sin, I guess. That's a you thing. So what, you just think you're perfect? Well, no, but sin is about disobeying God, and I don't believe in God, so I don't sin. Sin is about right versus wrong. No, you're thinking of morality. They're the same thing. No, morality is about right versus wrong, whereas sin is about obeying or disobeying God. Well, obeying God is right and disobeying God is wrong, so if God told you to take a 5-month-old's life, he wouldn't do that. He commanded that kind of thing all the time in the Bible, so would you do it?
His next argument was, I am an atheist. I don't participate in the sin construct. That's also not. He might not participate in the sin construct, but atheists do. The sin construct is not just a religious thing. The term sin is about morality. The definition is an act regarded as serious or regrettable, or as a serious or regrettable fault, offense, or omission. It also means to offend against. Sinning isn't just a religious thing, like I said. Even atheists use the term as a term for wrongdoing. A very prominent atheist, Karl Marx. Not many agree with him. I don't agree with him. I hate communism. He's the father of communism. But he used sin as a term for wrongdoing and morality. Also, God didn't just say, hey, go kill this baby, kill this baby because I said this, kill this baby because I said this. There was direct reason to do it, and it's not because he wanted the baby to die. Now, if you actually read the Bible, you'll see the situations in where it was permitted. Now, I don't have time to go into it, but yeah. Now, that seems bad, but if you actually read the scriptures, you'll see why.
You're trying to trap me, and I'm not falling for it. It only feels like a trap because you know right from wrong, but you also know that disobeying God is sin. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna think for you.
The last thing he said is, I'm going to think for you. Now, I know this is just to come back to his so-called Christian saying, I'm going to pray for you. But when he said, I'm going to think for you, implies that Christians don't think. But in reality, Christians led in the scientific revolution. And they were the ones who led the civil rights protests as well. You're saying that those that led in the scientific revolution and those that led in the civil rights movement don't think, then you're sorely mistaken, or you really don't care about science and you really don't care about civil rights. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. I love you. Remember, Christ loves you too. Peace.